iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Full-Time Fantasy Show. FullTimeFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Full-Time Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
Dr. Roto, get out the insurance cards, get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. All right, let's get to some news and notes, and then we'll go through the games. Firstly, Andy Reid says it's optimistic about Tyreek Hill, which is very good news. And he also said that LaShawn McCoy is not in concussion protocol. Good news. Okay, but Damian Williams still dealing with rib injuries. I kind of like Darrell Williams. I'm just throwing it out there. Just look down the stretch. Darrell Williams may get some more play. Pete Carroll said there's no reason not to get Rashad Penny back in there. You think? Seriously, you think? I think they need to be using both these guys extensively. Vic Fangio said no decision's been made on Drew Lock. So I'm going to say this. If Drew Lock is ready to play, they'll want to see him. Because they know they're going nowhere with Brandon Allen. Right? Zero. Nowhere. Brandon Allen's a backup. So if Locke can play, they'll like to see what he can do. If he's not ready, they're not going to put him out there to get killed. All right, Jabril Peppers is injured. Oh, great trade there. Great trade there, Gettleman. Good job there. Really great job. Golden Tate in the concussion protocol for the Giants. That's not good. Carson Wentz, if you saw, he left the game with an injured hand. He's day-to-day, but he'll play. That should be expected there. Devonta Freeman, going to practice this week. So good chance that he plays, but it is a Thanksgiving day, so I don't know. I'm 50-50 on that one. Let's see. There's another big piece of information there. Eric Ebron. I believe Eric Ebron will be placed on injured reserve, ending his season. That's pretty big news. So we're looking at Jackie Doyle and Mo Alley Cox. And then finally, Doug Marrone said that he hasn't considered a quarterback change. Look, they didn't lose that game yesterday because of Nick Foles. Do not kid yourself. Watch that game back. All you need to see is the A.J. Brown touchdown catch. A.J. Bowie looked like he was standing there. He wasn't even trying. I do not believe that this is a Nick Foles problem. Okay? I believe this is a Doug Marrone coaching staff, I need to move on problem. That's what I'm thinking. All right, so let's get to the games of this week. We'll go through it a little bit. Remember, you'll also can hear it on FNTSY Sports Radio. So first, the Lions and the Redskins. Redskins are terrible. The Redskins really are terrible. I know they won the game. But let me ask you this quick question. You don't think the Lions would have won this game by 10 or more points had Matthew Stafford been there? I mean, Dwayne Haskins is just brutal, and Geis couldn't do anything. I mean, they won because their defense played well. I mean, kudos to the Redskins defense. They scored me 21 points on DraftKings. So, not a very good team. Really not a very good team. Speaking of not very good teams, the Bears beat the Giants 19-14. The Giants are just bad. They're bad. Their defense is so bad, and their offense is bad. And Pat Shurmur's so bad. I thought Adam Gase was bad, but Shurmur's worse. I mean, and now, here's what's so mind-boggling. Jerry Jones is definitely setting up to fire Jason Garrett. He's definitely setting him up. And the Giants want to hire him? What? Oh, my God. I just don't understand it. I mean, is he going to get Saquon Barkley doing well? If Jason Garrett was any good, don't you think that Jerry Jones would have kept him? Oh, it's mind-boggling. The Bears, David Montgomery, dude, 22 yards on 13 carries? It's against the Giants' defense. If you can't run against them, who can you run against? All right, the Bills beat the Broncos. You got to give all the credit in the world to the Bills. They've beaten the teams they're supposed to beat, and they've lost to the teams they've been supposed to lose to. But they ran the ball beautifully. Singletary got a lot of carries. Gore got his, past Barry Sanders. And Josh Allen looked pretty good. The Broncos got nothing. The Broncos have nothing. They have Sutton, they have Lindsey, they have Patrick, they have pieces, but they don't have a quarterback. And Brandon Allen, did you see him throw the ball in the wind? That Billy Kilmer threw a better ball than that. That ball was quacking as it was in the air. All right, Steelers and Bengals. Speaking of Duck Hodges has to be the quarterback. The Steelers could not even move the ball with Mason Rudolph. Could not even move the ball one iota. Not one iota. Now, you've got this big game against the Browns. Do you really want Mason Rudolph back there? I don't think so. I think if you have any chance to make the playoffs, I think you go with Devlin Hodges. Now, a lot of people are saying that Mike Tomlin needs to get fired. I don't know about that, Chief. I don't know about that. And I'll tell you why. He's done pretty well considering how many injuries he's had. To be 6-5 with this team, I think this shows, pretty good standing there for Mike Tomlin. Really is. A team that's on the rise, Browns versus the Dolphins. The Browns have a tough game against the Steelers, but then they have Cincinnati and Arizona. So let's say they lose next week, which is possible. They'd be 5-7. They can win those next two. They'd be 7-7. That's easy. Easy peasy going into the last couple of weeks. Could they sneak in for a playoff spot? It's possible. Dolphins tried hard. They came back in the second half. Kudos to them. But obviously, Patrick Laird and Alan Hearns were not enough. The Buccaneers beat the Falcons. Unreal. Unreal. If you asked anybody, except, I've got to give a lot of credit to Steve Renner. I've got to give a lot of credit to Steve Renner from Full-Time DFS, who called this. He called the Buccaneers beating the Falcons. Good for you, Renner. Great job. But most everybody else would have said, oh, Matt Ryan's going to score 350 yards, he's going to throw for that much, 3 touchdowns. But famous Jameis, just when you think this guy sucks, he delivers. He delivers, and they really beat the Falcons badly, and Chris Godwin is sensational. Problem is Godwin and Evans just don't do it on the same day. They just don't do it on the same day, but man, the Buccaneers played well, and I think there are pieces there. There are pieces there to the Buccaneers for them to be a successful team. They just need to tweak a few things and get a couple of players, and if they do, I think they're going to be onto something. Okay, why is fantasy football one of the most frustrating things on planet Earth? Because you would think the Saints would have beaten the Panthers 34-3 after what the Panthers did last week against the Falcons. Nothing. All of a sudden the Panthers go on the road, mind you, and almost win this game. Probably should have won this game. Joey slyly killed their chances. But I'm telling you, the Panthers should have won this game. Saints did not play very well, except the Saints had 2 great players that they go to, and they have a great quarterback. Right? The difference in this game, McCaffrey was awesome. Kamara, good. DJ Moore, sensational. Michael Thomas, exceptional. But Drew Brees over Kyle Allen, just better. You ask yourself this question: if the Panthers had Drew Brees as their quarterback and they're on the 5-yard line, do you think they would have scored a touchdown? I do. Okay? Bad loss for the Panthers, but I thought they acquitted themselves nicely. Raiders and Jets. Man, so let me tell you my theory on this game. My theory on this game is simple. The Raiders need to run the ball in order to set up the rest of the offense. But they weren't able to run the ball because the Jets have an excellent run defense. And they shut Josh Jacobs down. Now the Raiders work better out of play action. That's what they want to run, play action passing. That's their attack. So once the Jets took that away, took the threat of the run away, Derek Carr was exposed, and the Raiders got hammered. Now, just throwing it out there. Do you remember how badly the Panthers lost last week and then they played well? Watch the Raiders play well next week against the Chiefs. Just watch it, because that's what's going to happen. All right, the Seahawks against the Eagles. It's almost not fair with the Eagles. They have no Alshon Jeffrey, no Deshaun Jackson. You don't even know who this team is. Greg Ward? J.J. Arcega-Whiteside? They just don't have the horses. But yet their defense played so well, they kept them in this game. It's 10-3 at halftime, And they legitimately have had a shot to win this. I don't say to win. That win's a strong word, but they played well in this game. So Cowboys aren't the world beaters. They're not. Eagles can make this playoff race interesting. All they have to do is win a couple of weeks, and they have a very easy schedule moving forward. All right, the Titans and Jaguars. If I'm the Titans, I am signing Ryan Tannehill right now to a contract. He's not great, but he doesn't suck. He didn't suck when he was with Miami either. He just didn't have the right players around him. But look, Derrick Henry's good. He's got some receivers. He's okay. 42 points in the NFL is a lot of points. Now, the Jaguars' defense didn't show up. I get that. I grant you that. But Ryan Tannehill's not the problem, and Derrick Henry's a man. Derrick Henry is a man. For the Jaguars, I thought Leonard Fournette played well, but, the defense was just bad. It's the only word. There's only one word that you can explain it. Bad. Okay? Patriots against the Cowboys. It just seems to me now that Jerry Jones is calling out the coaching staff. He probably should have done this years ago because the coaching staff has always sucked. It's always been a problem. But look, he's not wrong in that the Patriots had no offense. They had all these injuries, and the Cowboys couldn't take advantage of it. I mean, didn't it look like they could just play this game over and over again? The Patriots would just win it every time just by a little bit? Patriots defense was great. Stephon Gilmore takes Amari Cooper completely and utterly out of the game. Completely and utterly out of the game. I mean, I've never seen that before. And then finally, 49ers against the Packers. It was 37-8. I don't think it was that close. I think the 49ers looked like it was 57-3. That's how good they were. So, I don't know. I guess the Packers, maybe when they play again, it'll be closer. But if I'm the Packers, I don't want to see the 49ers again. They ran well. They threw well. They played good defense. They did everything they needed to do. Everything they needed to do. Okay. Tonight's game, the Rams against the Ravens. So for the Ravens, we're playing Lamar Jackson, we're playing Mark Ingram, we're playing Marquise Brown, and we're playing Mark Andrews. And we're playing Justin Tucker, for sure. For the Rams, I don't like Jared Goff. I mean, I tell you to play him if you need to, but I don't like him. I like Gurley, I don't love him. I like Kupp, but I don't love him. I don't like any of these matchups. I think the Ravens are going to win this game handily. I really do. Unless the Ravens just lay an egg, which can always happen in the NFL. I don't see it because I think that Lamar Jackson's not going to let that happen. But, I mean, do you start Kupp and Woods and Cooks and Everett? Sure you do. But I don't feel great about them at all, to be quite honest with you. I don't feel great about them at all. All right, time now to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. Remember, I'll be on FNTSY radio this week from Monday through Wednesday from 2 to 3 p.m. And, of course, you can read my stuff at si.com/fantasy. All right, and, of course, you can find me at fulltimefantasy.com. Enter the promo code ROTO50 for 50% off your first 2 months. All right, guys, have a great day. This is Dr. Roto saying be well and take care.
Thanks for listening to Full Time Fantasy. There's never been a better time to join and go full time. Visit fulltimefantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO50 for 50% off your first 2 months. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time.